Kmart. we got Michael Jordan, we got Kobe Bryant, we got LeBron James, we got Russell Wilson. What do you make of this?
Sorry.
I mean, that's cute. That's great. It's very early, new beginnings of a relationship. Everybody's in love, but unless Russ puts a ring on it, all these words mean nothing. Let's be honest.
And that is an outstanding analogy in every conceivable way, because it literally is the way it should be. Danny, let me come to you here. When you hear the offensive tackle saying that about Russell Wilson, what do you think?
Water is wet. Fire is hot. The Cowboys annually disappoint. Like, yeah, I get it that the Russell Wilson's a really good leader. I'm cool with that. I think the most interesting aspect, or the more interesting aspect for me when it comes to this whole situation, is twofold, Greeny. Number one, I really want to see how the Broncos' schedule is set up, candidly, because they have a relatively soft schedule. I think they play the AFC. They play the AFC South. They get to play Seattle. They get to play Carolina. They get to play the Jets. If their schedule starts off soft and they get those games early on, the Broncos could be very hot very quickly. The second thing is this: how he adjusts to probably his best offensive line in years, and how they, as an offensive line, adjust to Russell Wilson. I love Russell. He's tremendous. One of the things he's known for as a player is holding on to the ball too long, because he's trying to create big plays. One of the things that I know offensive linemen hate is quarterbacks who hold on to the football too long, because it leads to sacks and it makes their performance look worse. Right. I think how quickly they both get a hold of that is going to go pay off, or going to be a very interesting thing for us to pay attention to, how well they mesh throughout the season.
Yeah, but not this offensive line, because they think he's Kobe, Michael, and LeBron rolled into one. Seriously, Nick, just when you hear that, what thoughts went through your mind?
I mean, I think they're still in the infatuation phase of this relationship. We'll see what happens when things get real. But I do think that they're going to deal with his scrambling and his holding onto the ball too long, because we've seen the quarterbacks that they've had there in recent history, and none of them have been as talented or as effective as Russell Wilson. So even if Russell isn't as great as he was at his peak, which I think is fair to say that Russell is not peak Russell, or he hasn't been in recent years, he's going to be much better than they're used to, and they're going to be in a... What? Why are you angry about it? It's not a crazy thing to say.
Go ahead, Danny.
I just said a fact.
Why don't we ever learn? Russell Wilson is great. We have to stop doubting greatness. He is a great quarterback. Dom, 2 years ago, he threw for 40 touchdowns. He threw for 40 touchdowns. Why do he's going to a team with a better offensive line and a better scheme. Russell Wilson's going to play phenomenal this season.
Yes.
You can't, I'm sure he is, but you can't sneak qualifiers in there like it doesn't matter. 2 years ago is 2 years ago. That's a long time in football, Dan. So I'm not saying that Russell, at no point did I say he was trash. I said he is not the best Russell Wilson that we have seen, which is a fact. You can't get mad at it. First Take don't start for another 30 minutes. We don't have to argue here. We can deal with the things that are true. Russell Wilson has not been the best version of Russell Wilson in recent history. He's still better than most quarterbacks in the league. And on this team with a better offensive line, with not better receivers, but very good receivers and a very good defense, maybe he'll return to peak Russell Wilson and win that MVP that everyone wants him to win. But I'm not making stuff up.
Look, this is the issue with Russell. I think Dan is honing in on the debate about Russell. The way we talk about Russell is just different. He doesn't get his just due, which is why Dan is defending him. But people do not defend him because when we've been spoiled by Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, we see that Russell is right beneath those guys. So I agree with Dan. I think we should give Russell all the praise, but also keep in mind what Dom is saying, that he is not the same version of Russell that he was a few years ago.
But also the specificity. Look at the first words on the screen. He's a great leader. That's a very different way than he came into Seattle. Right? I mean, I think the perception of him for the longest time was that he was not accepted as the leader in Seattle, in part because he was a rookie quarterback and they were his great defense and they had a lot of big personalities. He walks in there and this is his team from day one. And Danny, quickly, I have to believe that makes a difference.
Absolutely, and I think the thing that, kind of impacts the team, Greeny, is that every single week they know they're going to be favored to win because of Russell Wilson. Yeah. And every single week that they've got a chance to legit beat anybody in the NFL. And the expectations and the urgency for everybody because of his ability to play and also his leadership is risen. And, hey, we are a Super Bowl contender because of this quarterback.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.